phases of the project.
There was already a very active community locally, who are winning awards and getting recognition nationally. So they were ready to be tapped into, so that was great. We had a community development worker, Sarah Jane, on the ground, which was fantastic, and who knew the community. So we didn't experience barriers necessarily at the start. We weren't too sure maybe how to start, and I think coming into contact with Task gave us that focus to make a start, I suppose.
Well, the first thing we had to prove what the need was. So Task came on board and printed off all the questionnaires for us. So we went door to door to door. So people, we knew what they wanted then, rather than what we wanted to impose on them. Just committees sometimes can get carried away. So we knew exactly what they wanted, so we could tailor to that.
There was a lot of the focus groups. The one-to-one interviews was done with Nicola Kent, who was brought in as a consultant to do a piece of work. So Nicola would have done the one-to-one and the school interviews. She would have went to the presentation secondary school and St. Paul's Community College and talked to fourth year students and fifth year students at the time. We also had groups, like we had young people. We had Maria, who's based upstairs here in the Manor St. John. She's the Manor St. John Youth Service. So some of her young people were used for interviews as well as a group. So we had quite a number of different focus groups.
Well, one thing we did get back from all the forms we sent out, every house in this area, over 800 houses, got a form to fill in. And we were actually surprised at how many people actually do care about the environment. There is really an environmental push here in the neighbourhood, and people are really interested. They care about what's going to happen in the future, they care about their families, and they care about everything else. So it's from what the feedback when we got from them has actually changed our attitude too, that we could actually do more.
The standard of the community we lived in, the feel about the place, the tidying up the greens, the regeneration, bringing on a regeneration of the whole parish. It came up then with the redoing the houses, getting the insulation in, getting that kind of thing done, the fuel poverty. So a lot of people that would be elderly who are living in fuel poverty, we didn't know about them, until they came back like that. And when the likes of the Task came along and saw that that's the way we wanted to go, they secured the funding for us. So now we have the Scouts, every other community group, Pathfinders, the disability group, the youth groups all involved. So when we buy the trees, we just go out and plant them. And they never even name the streets. I always flag in the newspaper to say it's the place where the streets have no name. And the same with the parish hall. We have a parish hall. For the sake of a couple of quid, we'd have all the different community groups in there because the roof has fallen off it and it needs to be redone. And for the sake of a few quid in grants, we'd redo the roof and we'd have a vibrant parish hall where people dance classes, indoor soccer. It can all take place because it's ridiculous having a community hall in the most deprived area in Ireland, and that we can't, just get the funding to get that done.
Waterford Area Partnership have really helped us in everything we wanted to do. Going through things, what the parish actually wanted. There was a lovely young lady there that actually did drawings as people made the suggestions. She put up this drawing and it was lovely. And now to see some of those things that we discussed coming into fruition, things we discussed are now actually happening. And community was a big one. And green spaces was brought up, which we've got here. Well, at the meetings we had, it was brought up about mental health. That was a big thing, that you need green spaces for mental health. Also, there's a lot of elderly people that are living alone. And by coming somewhere like this to the graveyard, to Francis Court, people can sit down and have a chat. And again, community, that's how you get to know your community.
So our plan for the future here is to get the graveyard on the Waterford history map, and recently that was highlighted by the fact that we had a visit from Nancy Smith, the Canadian ambassador, which was absolutely fantastic. And like this morning I was at an event, a SICAP event for community growers, and shown photographs of the graveyard, and a lot of Waterford people and outside Waterford, and they didn't know the place existed.
Well, I think there's more confidence in the groups, definitely more confidence in the groups. They're more confident and they're more trusting of other people, I think, because I suppose that when the project was taken from here many years ago, there was that little bit of lack of trust. So I think that's starting to come back a bit, and you know, engaging with more people and having more confidence in themselves. There hasn't been many negatives. I suppose the only negative for me as a worker is this is not my only area of work. I also do of other areas in the city, and this has taken up a lot of my time. The positives of the process, the whole process, is recognition for the lads for the work that they have been doing anyway, and getting their issues dealt with properly, like when we're talking about the retrofitting of houses and stuff like that. It's about following through on all that stuff and being just an advocate for them.